it's going live, and we are live. Hey, Internet friends, this is Magic Brad, Synergy Cafe, and we've got another episode of Synergy Cafe. And I've got, quite coincidentally enough, another Asheville person here. I've been running into a lot of people from Asheville, and she is here, I believe. It is Emily, correct?
Hi, yes. Hi, Brad.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
So today it's overcast here in Asheville, and it feels really a lot like a Saturday or Sunday for some reason. I don't know what it is, but we got to do some juju and get the clouds out of the way. So Emily, the way that I do these things is I ask some basic questions of who, what, why, when, where, and how, and I'm going to ask those questions, and you can answer the questions. So the first one is who? Who is Emily?
Hi, I'm Emily Shaules. I am an actor in Asheville. I'm a former attorney. I moved down here about 5 years ago from Chicago, where I practice law, and I am the creator of Shift Bars, which are the first raw vegan, sugar-free energy bars on the market. I got very sick when I was up in Chicago practicing. I was on about 25 pills a day by the time I was 30. For everything from ulcerative colitis to fibromyalgia, which is chronic pain, and was told by many, many, many doctors that I was going to be in pain the rest of my life, and all of my conditions were lifelong, and there was nothing to do. And I, at that point, discovered raw foods, and I went raw for a month, or for actually a week. I decided I would test myself and see if it worked, because I heard all of these claims, and I tried everything else and nothing had worked. So I thought, well, what do I have to lose? I'll try it for a week. And so I went 100% raw vegan for 1 week, and on day 5 I started feeling better. And after about 4 months I was off all of my meds. And over the past 5 years I've gotten I've kind of come back to the middle with my diet. I think raw veganism is amazing for cleansing the body. I don't know if it's necessarily the best permanent diet. That depends on the person. But now I call myself a qualitarian. So I just eat the best quality foods I can. I try to stay gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, eat grass-fed meats, things like that. But recently on a cleanse is when I discovered there were no sugar-free energy bars out there. So I decided to make one.
Okay, well, that was a long version of who you are, but it even got into the what you are, and
yeah,
that's sort of...
I felt myself transitioning there, so I thought I should probably stop.
Perfect. So that is the what. You came up with an energy bar that doesn't have much sugar in it or no sugar in it, and that's interesting because most of the energy things are sugar.
Yes. Well, I was on this cleanse, and for 3 weeks you weren't allowed to have sugar. And I love dessert. I have a sweet tooth. And on the cleanse you were allowed 3 different sweeteners. One was stevia, one was xylitol, and one was something called monk fruit. And those are all plant-based sweeteners that have a 0 glycemic index. So that means they don't impact your blood sugar at all. In fact, stevia has been shown in studies to actually lower your blood sugar. And so I went out during this cleanse, jonesing for something sweet to eat, and I couldn't find anything. And I love energy bars. I love just having, something quick and simple that I can run in and grab and eat. And I went to, Whole Foods and Earth Fare and all of these stores, and I read every label of every single energy bar, and there are tons out there. And they all had some form of sugar. They either had agave nectar or cane sugar or honey or dried fruit, and all of those were not allowed on this cleanse because they all have some impact on your blood sugar. So I was just pretty surprised that there wasn't an option out there that used one of these 0 glycemic index sweeteners, especially for people who are diabetic, who can't have sugar, or just people, everyone does cleanses nowadays, or just people who are trying to cut as much sugar out of their life as possible because we now know the negative effects of it. And so I just thought to myself, well, I have experience in raw foods, and I I can figure this out. I can make a bar that would be safe for anyone to eat and still taste really good and be something that would be incredibly high quality that you could just run in and grab and go. Like I mentioned before, I'm an actor, and so I'm on sets a lot, and usually the craft services and the food that they provide is not very good quality, and so I usually bring my own food. And so to have, a couple bars to keep me energized throughout the day is something that I'm really looking for, but I wanted one that wouldn't make me compromise on my health, my health goals.
Okay. So then we're leading into the next element, and that is the where. I wonder, do you have a store or something that you sell these at, or do you make them out of your kitchen, or are they available at places like Whole Foods or Earth Fare where they're going to be?
Right now, we are we are running a campaign on Indiegogo. It's a crowdfunding website like Kickstarter to get the startup costs to start creating these. We have everything lined up. We have we'll be creating them at AB Tech, which is a local place. They have something called the Blue Ridge Food Ventures Project, which is a huge community kitchen that different businesses rent out. And it's a certified kitchen, and everything's taken care of. We have all of the marketing lined up, ready to go. We have packaging lined up. We have absolutely everything lined up. We're just now at this point getting the rest of the seed money together so that we can launch. And hopefully when we would be able to start production in sometime in August or September. Our plan is to start in 3 stores in Asheville, which are the French Broad Food Co-op, Katua Market, and West Village Market in West Asheville. We'll start there for the first few months just to, test market and make sure everything is going well. And then towards, later in the fall, maybe October, November, we will take it to Earth Fare and Whole Foods, which are their larger regional and national chain markets, and get into those stores. But as soon as we open, we'll also be available online. We'll have a website. It's shiftbars.com, and people will be able to order online. Okay,
so are you prepared for if someone sees this locally, like a chain of co-ops or something like that, to be able to supply them, or is that what the funding is for, to ramp things up?
Yes, we need the funding to ramp things up. So basically our crowdfunding campaign runs through the end of August, or I'm sorry, the end of July. So August 1st is the last day people can contribute. We're also talking to a number of private investors. And so as soon as we have that seed money ready to go, then we will start everything going and get into production. But like I said, we should be up and running sometime probably in September, and to be into stores and online.
So here's a weird question. Do you already have your investors and you don't want any others, or are you looking for other investors?
So we're still looking for some investors. We're talking to several individuals, but I'm a picky girl. I want to make sure it's the right fit for both of us, that
Okay.
really see the vision of the company, and it's not a question of someone coming in and changing everything. We're very conscious of the ingredients that we use. We want to make sure they're absolutely the very best, organic ingredients, no artificial anything in it. They're all going to be raw vegan. So it's a very specific formula that we're using. And so, we want to make sure that someone doesn't come in and say, well, we could, make a lot more profit if we change to cane sugar. Right. We want to make sure the integrity of the product is kept, as well as just, the integrity of the company as a whole. So we're in the process of interviewing investors right now, but we're definitely open to more people. If this is something that they feel passionate about, that they think it's, time for this shift to happen, I would love to talk with them, and they can also contribute on our Indiegogo page.
Okay, perfect. That's good to know, because that information on this video, if someone happens to see it, because you never know, because what I do is I propagate this out and I hashtag it and put in keywords and throw it all over on different blogs and YouTube and all that stuff. So you never know who might bump into it, whether from Austin or Boulder or Santa Fe or Portland or Asheville.
And internationally, I've talked to many people in the international community that are very excited about these as well. So we will ship internationally. I definitely want as many people to have access to these as possible, because, I think it's time. We now have all of this research that that shows us how different ingredients impact our health and our performance in life. And, you know, a lot of companies, unfortunately, are still going for profit over quality. And so we really want to be that voice to come in and say, you know, we know better, let's do better, let's do the best that we possibly can for our customers and for our community.
Got it. Well, we covered quite a bit, and we've only been on for about 10 minutes, which is pretty surprising because I think we covered a lot, which is great. And I'd like to get into the final question, and that question is the big why, the big W. Why? Why is it that you do this? Why don't you pursue your acting career? Why are you doing these shift bars?
Well, first, I am still pursuing my acting career. I'm in a play that opens, and I audition. I've done television and films and things like that, and I'm continuing to do that. The why is because acting, for the most part, unless you're a regular on a TV series, doesn't take all that much time. So you can go to acting class and you have auditions and callbacks and things like that, and, you know, small jobs here and there. But on the whole, it doesn't take up a whole lot of time. And I found myself honestly bored. I wanted to be creating something out there. I wanted to have a positive impact on my community. And raw foods has changed my life. I mean, completely. It saved my life from where I was. And I just wanted to share that opportunity with people to, you know, make a shift. That's why they're called shift bars. I'm not asking people to go 100% raw vegan tomorrow. I'm not asking them to go 100% raw vegan ever. You know, it's just making small little shifts in what they put in their bodies that's going to make a huge difference in how they feel, how they perform, how they interact with others, because I definitely have found a correlation between what we eat and how we feel. And when you feel better, you do better, and you interact with people better, and your life goes better. And I wanted to give that to people. I feel like raw foods and the raw foods community had given me so much in my own life that it was time for me to give back. But yes, I want to do both, you know, act and you know, work with shift bars. But they're my two passions. So I think we can have it all. I don't want to give up either.
Absolutely. So that's why you do it. To summarize, it made a change in your life, and you want to help other people. And that's the thing that I get from most people when I ask them that big why question, is they want to help other people, which is good to know.
Yes.
So maybe we'll propagate this information out to the world, and we'll all come together and rise the tide.
Awesome.
So we'll kind of close it off right now. Is there anything else that you want to say that we can tag the end of this with, and we'll...
Well, sure. If you go to Indiegogo.com, which is INDIEGOGO.com, and you just search Shift Bars, you'll find our campaign. Please donate. You'll get definitely some rewards, like free bars when we open and good stuff like that. You can also share the campaign via email or Facebook or Twitter, so really get the word out. And if people want to contact me personally in order to discuss investing, I've got a full business plan I can, you know, send to you and give you all the details. And you can reach me by email. My email is Shaules, which is my last name, so ESHAULES@me.com. That's the best way to reach me. Or on Facebook, you know. But I look forward to just getting as many people involved with this as possible, because I definitely think it's time for a shift.
Okay, well, thank you very much. And like I put them onto the YouTube and then on the blogs and the articles and propagate that up to the internet, so you can supply me with some links. And that'll be it for today. But if you want to stay on, we'll have some chat after. So I appreciate you taking the time on this. Feels like a Saturday, but it's a Friday hangout.
Thanks, Brad.
Thank you. Peace.